Hello, Pep. First of all, can you bring us up to date with the injury situation, please?
Except Gabriel Jesus, Gundogan, the other are okay.
Everybody's okay. De Bruyne, Sterling.
Yeah, Zabaleta as well. They are not top perfect, but they are okay.
If you cast your mind back to when you left Bayern Munich, the decision was made quickly, it was public quickly, and then you look at the situation that Arsenal are in with Arsene Wenger at the moment. How much do you think uncertainty over the future of a manager at any club can affect the players?
They are so professional. Arsenal is so professional, and the players, the Arsenal players as well. They want to win every game, so I don't think it's not a big problem.
Pep, given Arsenal's recent form, is this a good time for you to be playing them?
No. When you lose a lot of games, it's the more dangerous moment to face them. I would prefer to take Arsenal win a lot of winnings.
What do you think of them as a team?
Sorry?
What do you think of Arsenal as a team and how they've been playing recently?
Everybody knows them. So huge quality in the middle, quality in the sides with Alexis, go inside with the perfect runs in behind with Walcott, Chamberlain. Good quality. Arsenal is a top team.
Show of hands, guys. The microphone.
Okay, thank you. No,
Who's next? Just Danny, please.
How would you compare Sergio and Alexis, the two top strikers, obviously, who've coped with coming to the Premier League and proven that they can score regularly? What are the similarities or differences between them?
Sergio's more a striker than Alexis. Alexis can play in striker, but in the beginning of the season play there and play really good. And Alexis can play in both sides, even in the middle. Can play more roles, but both are so competitors, and in the box are just so dangerous. So both are top players.
I think they've got almost identical records in terms of their strike ratios.
I don't know the statistics, so I didn't read that. But of course, both I know them. Both I know them. But Alexis, we were together 1 or 2 years in Barcelona, and now with Sergio. So I'm really impressed about their quality, both of them.
Can you understand someone like Alexis and with Ozil why there would be doubts about staying with a club if they don't think they can win, if they can be successful with those clubs?
But happening everywhere, so I'm not here to say, because I am a big fan of both of them, so I'm not here to say, but football is, I think, like this, when the team is not going well, so the big players receive more than the other ones, so they are the top players, and of course that's happening everywhere, happening with the managers, happening with the big players. So, but the quality are there. Always it doesn't matter what happened during the season. I'm not talking about Arsenal in general. What happened in the season during the players and good or bad performance, it depends on the environment, the teams, it depends on how you playing. Why one player is playing not good in one season and change the team or change the manager and now it's playing good. So it's the same player. But sometimes, for many reasons, personal situations and what the managers demanding were because with Arsene, Alexis Ozil in the past, even in that season, not in the far away, in that season playing Arsene and playing at top level. So the quality is there. So I no doubt about it.
Pep, Gabriel Jesus is back to Manchester. Is there any update about his situation, about his recovery time?
Yeah, he was in New York. It was freezing. He told me that. The crutches, the crutches is gone. So start to walk and hopefully came back to the beach, start to run and make some exercises. Hopefully can help us in the last games in the season and come back in the pre-season fit.
Hi Pat. The Emirates and going away to Arsenal has been a tough game for City in the past. How do you make sure that doesn't get into the mind of the players, and how do you make sure that they're not kind of anticipating a game where they'll struggle?
Yeah, it's the same a little bit like Anfield. Some long time ago, City, we are not able to win there. But I traveled there with Barcelona and Bayern Munich, and always was so difficult. We won one or twice for the many times we were there, and the other we were not able. Sometimes we lose, sometimes we draw. It's always difficult because it's in Emirates, because it's a top team, always fighting to be there in the top four. So I know how difficult it will be, but of course we have a good chance to make a step forward in that terms.
How can you make sure that the players aren't affected by what's happened there in the past?
No, I don't think so. Every game is new one. So every game is a new situation. So, and I think against the big teams, except again, I said many times in White Hart Lane, against big teams we play good all the games, and we deserve more than we achieve.
Hi Pep. What do you think about international break? Mourinho said that friendlies should be avoided in this moment of the season. Do you agree or not?
Yeah, when I am training national team, when I work in the federation, of course the manager for the federation wants the players as much as possible to play games, to prepare as much as possible for the World Cup, the European Cup. Of course we want all the players go there. I never avoid one player to go there, and we want to come back safe and play less minutes as possible. But I am a little bit agree. So now is the moment we play for many things that season. So all the clubs are here for many minutes in our bag, many good and bad situations, and the people are playing for the quarterfinals, for the Champions League, for the Europa League, for the Premier Leagues, for the qualifications. And it's too risky to play like a friendly game. I'm agree. So we could avoid it will be better. But the schedule is the schedule. I think in more view it's too many games. So it's not about that. So we could handle. But like it's crazy that how many games there are in all the leagues. That's why it's happened. So always the national team deserves to play their national teams, play games. But when we have 20 games and 1,000 million competitions after Confederation Cup and after the game, and it looks like a little bit, I'm sorry, ridiculous. So, but like we are for what we are, to train our players, the others for the big bosses.
Pep, previously you've referred to Arsene Wenger as the commander-in-chief because you have respect for him. In that sense, would Arsenal be weaker if he wasn't at the helm?
No.
If he wasn't manager anymore?
Yeah, all the managers are weak when we don't win. It's simple like that. Simple. We are strong when we win, and we are weak when we don't win.
Can you understand the Arsenal fans' frustration after all he's done there? A lot of fans seem to be very unhappy with him and would like to see him go while respecting what he's achieved for them. Can you understand, or are you surprised at the kind of revolt there?
When he's going back to win, the fans will be happy again.
You think it's simple as that?
I promise you.
What if
100%.
What if they beat you on Sunday? Or you mean win the Premier League?
The Premier League is not easy to win, but fans won. So I'm pretty sure the fans respect a lot what Arsene Wenger have done and is doing. So, but people should understand how difficult it is today the football, and all the teams are well prepared. And when the bosses or they decide, or Arsenal decide to stay, keep going, is what they believe is the best solution and the best for Arsenal. So I'm not here to judge what they have to do, what they're going to happen. But we are judge, the players not, the players judge what they see every day in the training sessions and how we are, and some of them they are happy, some of them they are unhappy with the manager, especially with the players that doesn't play. But majority for the fans, and especially for the specialists like yours, like a journalist, it depends on our results, not something else.
What is it that you admire most about Arsene? Is it the fact that he stayed there for so long, or is it the way that he plays football? What is it that you like so much about him?
But I think I think one manager like Arsenal is a lot of times, a lot of years in one team so important, being like Arsenal, during that position is because it's really good. You cannot stay, I don't know how many years Arsenal is in charge in Arsenal when you have not capacity, you are not ability. So I have here a friend of mine, Mikel Arteta, was a lot of years with him, and always they just have a good words about Arsenal. And I believe more in that what the circumstances happen. So the managers lose games, they will lose games. So, and of course the people. But if a lot of time is there, it's because it's a real good. If not, it cannot happen.
Sorry to ask this, but I've been asked to ask you about the fact that this week Article 50 was triggered, so we are now heading out of the European Union as a country. A few of the Premier League chairmen yesterday were saying that Premier League clubs should be exempt from the impact of that in terms of the immigration for new players. What's your opinion, if you do have one, on that?
Well, it is not difficult, but what I admire the most for the English country, so congratulations, you are able to vote. So you decide. So at the end, democracy is like that. So after that, what happened in the process 2 years after of course, it's a new situation, you have to adapt, but I think the work and the rules have to be the same for everybody. And you know, why the football has been exceptional for, and the other people who's a lawyer or an architect or is not able to come here to work, and football players, yes, why? So I think it has to be, but again, so you are able to vote, so not in all the places can do that.
If you beat Arsenal on Sunday, Pep, how much will that mean to your hopes of finishing in the top four, and how damaging to their hopes?
About Arsenal?
Yeah, that if you win on Sunday, how good for your hopes and how bad for theirs?
But definitely when this kind of games, I mean the big teams, when the team is winning is big hopes and the other one the big wow. So it's 10 games left, so we're in the last part of the season, but we spoke of them, so we have one target to do that, is look forward, the second one, and after try to achieve the first one, and that's happen winning games.
Pep, you've got Arsenal twice in the space of 3 weeks in the league and then in the cup. How sort of crucial do you see these two games in your sort of season as a whole?
Yeah, for both of us, for Arsenal too. Yeah, it's important. It's 2 games, but after that in Chelsea, in Hull City, Southampton, all the games now are decisive. So, but of course we have an important game and for our target in the Premier League, and of course to achieve the cup final. So I hear it a lot, how important, how beautiful is that game in Wembley in the cup final. Of course the semi-final too, because we'll be there. So yeah, of course it will be important.